The Razer Blade Pro is nothing short of extra, and with a price tag of $4,000, we expect nothing less. We do have the premium model over here that comes with an upgraded 4K display, a GTX 1080, the i7-7820HK processor, and 32 gigs of RAM. The only thing we can configure is the storage, and we have one of three options, either a 512GB, 1 or 2 TB drives. All configurations are fitted with two M.2 SSDs in a RAID 0 configuration, making for some incredible read and write speeds. But more on this laptop's performance in a bit. One thing about benchmarking new systems or using new computers in general is the hassle of logging back into all of my accounts. So I want to take a brief moment to thank the people over at Dashlane for introducing me to their password manager. Dashlane has a bunch of features built in, but let me tell you about my two favorites. The first one being the auto login and fill feature. The program will keep all your passwords and personal information backed up securely, so when you go to log in, it presents you with all of your accounts. This also works for payment information, shipping details, or any forms that need to be filled out. Which brings me to my second favorite feature, the multi-device support. So with Dashlane Premium, you can sync all your passwords across multiple devices, including your laptop, phone, and tablet. And it does all of this securely, so you don't have to worry about anyone going through your notepad and coming across any sensitive information. And again, this is a premium feature, but if you're a security buff like me, this could definitely be an important tool for your everyday life. If you're interested in checking this out, you can use the code YouTube2017 to get a 30-day trial of their premium service for free, as well as 10% off if you decide to stay. I'll drop a link to it down below. Let's start off with the build quality. It has an aluminum unibody design with a matte black coating, and I think that Razer did a great job over here. Structurally, it's very robust and sturdy. There is no give anywhere around the body, and there is very little flex to the screen. It's also very easy to open with just one hand, but while it's beautiful to look at, it collects grime and fingerprints like crazy, so be sure to carry a microfiber cloth with you if you want it to be looking clean. The laptop is also packing a lot of connectivity. On one side, we get a full-sized SD card reader, a Thunderbolt 3 port, we also get 3 USB 3s, an HDMI 2.0 port, as well as a THX certified audio combo port. THX certified basically means it plays high fidelity audio, which is great if you're using a pair of studio grade headphones with this. Opening it up, we are greeted to this low profile mechanical keyboard, which is the first I've ever seen. And really, the experience is a mixed bag. You're either going to love it or you're gonna hate it. It feels like typing on blue switches, but with a shorter throw. At first, I found it uncomfortable to use because of its short travel distance, but after some time, it's kind of grown on me. The keys are also individually lit with all the cool Razer lighting effects we've come to expect. My favorite would have to be the in-game specific lighting mode. Now, this isn't supported by a lot of titles out there, but it's pretty amazing in games that do, like Overwatch for example. To the right of the keyboard, we see that Razer has ditched the number pad and instead has moved the trackpad over here. That's actually a big deal for me because I always need a numpad in all my laptops. I just hate using the numbers above the keyboard. I wish Razer would have done something like Asus with their laser numpad on the Zephyrus, which I took a look at not too long ago, and in case you guys missed that review, I'll drop a link below. Besides that, the trackpad has great accuracy and responsiveness, as well as being able to recognize gestures. There are also left and right click activation points, but they're very sensitive, and I found myself accidentally clicking them at times, which got to be annoying. Above that, there's a scroll wheel for audio, which is great to see, and it's much more convenient instead of using the function buttons. However, Razer did leave the function buttons on the keyboard in case anyone prefers to use those. The laptop also comes with a 2-megapixel webcam that shoots 1080p video at 30 FPS. I mean, it's good for Skype calls, but I wouldn't use it to stream, and the microphone is also subpar. Here's a quick audio test. So this is the video test for the front-facing camera on the Razer Stealth Pro, and as you guys can tell, it's not that great. It has two upward firing speakers on both sides of the keyboard, which I was pleasantly surprised with. Sound actually gets very loud and bassy, and you can crank the volume up all the way to the max without any distortion. Tying in the multimedia experience is this beautiful 4K THX certified display. Being THX certified, it comes with great color accuracy out of the box, making content creation on this laptop awesome. The colors are deep and they pop, which made watching movies and consuming content a joy. The viewing angles are good, and it also gets extremely bright, 435 nits to be exact. Oh, and it's touchscreen by the way, which was a feature I didn't use much, but it's nice to see included. I mean, if you're going all out with a 4K display, why not add a touchscreen? The only problem I have with the display is that it's glossy, a little too glossy for my taste, which means it's very reflective if you're in bright environments, and also because it's glossy, it picks up fingerprints super easy, which makes the touchscreen feature even less appealing. Alright, so let's get into the performance, and as you would imagine, this thing is a monster. As expected, it handles games like a champ, but I'm really interested in its performance in Premiere Pro, so let's load up some gaming benchmarks and get those out of the way first. So needless to say, you can play any AAA game on this thing maxed out without any stutter. If not at 4K due to poor optimization on the developer's part, then 1080p and 2K resolution for sure. Now let's talk about productivity, specifically video editing. Jumping into Premiere and loading up 4K footage, we see that there is no lag during full resolution playback, which is very impressive for such a thin device. Add some light color grading and effects and it still has no issues. Rendering times of 4K at 30 FPS video were almost 1-to-1 with the time of the project itself. So a 5-minute video would render in under 6 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Cooling all of this hardware are 2 small fans underneath the laptop. Since the fans are thin and are designed to be minimalistic, there isn't much airflow. Under load, you can definitely feel the heat emanating underneath your hands, just near the keyboard area. And it definitely gets loud, guys, and I'm talking really loud. Here's a quick sample. And things get even louder and hotter when performance mode is turned on through the Razer app. Honestly, I feel like Razer could have done a better job at cooling this thing, even if it meant adding a few millimeters to its thickness. This is probably the biggest gripe I've had with this laptop, the cooling performance. Battery life isn't so great either, with just under 4 hours of moderate usage, but with such heavy hardware inside, honestly I didn't expect much here anyways. Overall, I would say this is the perfect solution for us at TechSource when we need to be mobile and get some work done on the go. It has a color accurate 4K display, which is great for content creation. It's got powerful components that can handle pretty much any game you throw at it, even in 4K resolution, as well as chop through 4K video without any hangups. In addition, there's great speakers and high fidelity audio ports for our audio production needs. I mean, I do wish the cooling situation was better, which would alleviate the jet engine noise that comes from this thing under full load. But is it worth it? Well, it is for us because we're going to be taking full advantage of the hardware that comes packed in the laptop. I'm talking not only gaming, but also editing as well. $4,000 on a gaming laptop is very steep. You guys can build actually a very nice water-cooled PC with that amount. So it does come down to your needs. Do you have the budget for it? Are you always mobile and you're never home to use your desktop? And of course, other factors. I do want to give a huge thanks to Razer for sending in the Blade Pro for review. And if you guys want to check it out, I'll drop a link to it down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.